Have you ever had one of those days, or maybe a period in life, where you feel invisible? You speak, but somehow your words disappear into the air. Even when you set a small boundary, someone still steps right over it. You know your own worth. You feel you are capable, kind, and hardworking. But the way some people treat you tells a completely different story. Your feelings are treated as if they don't matter. And when people treat you this way, you start to feel confused. You don't understand why they disrespect you like this. You begin to ask yourself the worst question: what is wrong with me? So you try harder. You become nicer, more patient, more helpful. And yet, strangely, instead of fixing the problem, it often makes it worse. The more flexible you become, the more people take you for granted. Before you blame yourself even more, let me ask you this. What if the problem isn't you? Here is the life-changing truth you must understand. Nothing is wrong with you. This is not because you lack value, talent, or success. It happens for one simple reason that very few people talk about. People do not treat you based on your true value. They treat you based on what you quietly accept every day. And because no one taught us how to set and protect our standards, we sometimes let our boundaries become weaker without realizing it. We let a rude comment pass. We agree to things we don't want to do. Each time, we send a clear signal: this is how you can treat me. But today, that changes. If what you accept defines your standards, then you are in control. You can change this story. This is your key. This is your power. Welcome to Fluent English with Riadio, the place where we don't just learn English, we learn powerful ideas to build a stronger, more confident you. In this video, we will break down exactly why the kindest, most talented people like you are sometimes treated the worst. Why staying silent and being the bigger person can actually make you lose respect. And most importantly, the 5 clear standards you can start applying today. These are not about being mean or aggressive. They are clear, quiet boundaries that naturally command respect. This is about closing that painful gap. It's about making how people treat you match the valuable person you know you are inside. So, if you are ready to stop being overlooked and start being respected, your journey begins right now. Standard 1. You do not accept disrespect, even as a joke. We've all been there. Someone says something that hurts, a funny comment, a small joke that doesn't feel good. What do? We laugh. We pretend it's okay. We tell ourselves, it's just a joke, because we don't want to seem difficult or cause a scene, and we think reacting will make things awkward. We often imagine respect is lost in one big, dramatic argument. The reality is far more subtle and far more dangerous. Respect is not lost in a big moment. It is lost in many small, quiet moments where you say nothing. When you hear a bad joke and force a smile, or ignore a rude comment to keep the peace, you are not just being polite. You are, without realizing it, teaching the other person a quiet lesson. The lesson is simple. The way you just spoke to me, that's acceptable. And the other person's brain is a quick learner. Their brain notes. That kind of talk is allowed. No problem. Once that lesson is learned, a new, unspoken rule is born in the relationship. This is how we talk to each other. And human nature being what it is, we like to test the boundaries of any rule. So, what happens next time? They push a little further. A small joke becomes a rude one. A light comment becomes more personal. They feel more confident to cross the line. Let me give you an example of how this happens. Imagine you're with friends and one says, "You're always the last one here." Everyone chuckles. Inside, you feel a little bit hurt, but you play along with a weak smile. At that moment, the rule becomes clear. Making jokes about my time is okay. Now, watch what happens next week. The joke changes. "Oh, don't bother setting a time for them, they're always late anyway." Now, it doesn't feel funny. It feels like a personal attack and hurts more. The disrespect did not jump to this level. It grew to this level because you were silent the first time. The first time you ignore it is like planting a seed. If you take no action, that seed takes root and grows. This has a high price. With every small disrespect you ignore, you just make your own standard a little lower. Your boundary about how people should treat you becomes weaker. The space between how you want to be treated and how people actually treat you becomes bigger and more painful. You start to feel like you don't matter. But you can stop this immediately. You do not need to have a big confrontation. You do not need to be aggressive. You just need one calm response. So, next time someone makes a joke that hurts, take a breath. Then, in a calm and strong voice, say one of these lines. "I don't find jokes like that funny. That comment wasn't okay with me. Please don't speak to me that way." You don't need a long explanation, just a clear sentence. Most people will stop right away. They will say, "Oh, sorry, I was just joking." That's fine. Your goal isn't to shame them, but to silently show them a new, better rule. This is no longer how we communicate. Some people might test you. They might say, "Oh, lighten up," or "You're so sensitive." See this for what it is. A test of your new boundary. Do not argue. Do not explain a lot. Simply hold the line with quiet repetition. Maybe, but I still don't like it. When you do this again and again, something changes. People learn that your boundaries are real. They learn that your self-respect is strong. They stop testing you because they see a line that does not move. You change from someone who hopes for respect to someone who builds respect with clear actions. This does not make you a bad person. It makes you a clear person. And when you are clear, you stop future problems. Think of it like a simple rule in your home. No shoes inside. It is clear. It is always the same, so people follow it. Your personal boundaries are the rules for your life. Make them clear and consistent, and people will follow them. That one calm sentence is your shield. It teaches people how to treat you. It shows the world and shows you that you value yourself. You stop the small sparks of disrespect before they can ever catch fire and become a blaze. So let this be your first standard. You do not accept disrespect, even if they call it a joke. Real respect is not something you get from arguing. It is something you protect by what you choose to allow and not allow. Standard 2. You are not always available. You know, there's a trap that many good-hearted people fall into, and it often comes from a beautiful intention: the desire to be there for others. We believe that to be liked and valued, we must always be ready to help. We say yes to every request. We change our plans for others. We always put their needs before our own. But I want to tell you a surprising fact. Always being available often makes people respect you less. This isn't about refusing to help in an emergency. It's about the small, daily choices that show you treat your time as if it has no value. When you are always free, you send a quiet message to everyone. That message is, "My time is not important. My plans can change. What I am doing is not as urgent as your request." People pick up on this message very quickly, even if no one says it out loud. To them, a person who is always free becomes two things: easy to use and easy to forget. You become a convenient option, not a valued priority. Think about what we love and value in life. We love things that are special and not easy to find. A beautiful piece of jewelry, a ticket to a popular show, a gift from someone we love. We value these because they are rare. But what about things that are always there? The air we breathe is everywhere. We don't think about it or value it until we cannot breathe. Your time works the same way. If you are always available, people stop seeing your time as something special. They begin to treat it as something normal, something they can always use, so they don't need to be thankful for it. Look at the consequences of always being available. Your friend calls on a Thursday night and asks, "Can you help me move this weekend?" Before, you probably said, "Yes, sure," immediately. Maybe you even canceled your own plans to help them. What message did your friend get from that? They got the idea. Your plans are not a big deal. Your time can always change for them. So next time, maybe they won't ask you early. They might cancel the plan at the last minute or think you will always wait for them. Your kindness accidentally taught them not to value your time or your promise. The lesson they learned was the exact opposite of your generous intention. But now, think of a different way. You pause for a moment. You say, "Let me check my schedule. I will tell you later." Even if you are free, this small action is very powerful. It sends a new signal. My time is important. I manage it carefully. I respect my own time, so you should respect it too. Suddenly, your friend understands. To meet you, they need to think ahead. They need to plan better. Your friendship changes from you always saying yes to them learning to respect your boundary. This is not about being unkind or playing games. This is about true self-respect and being selective. Your time and your energy are your most important things. They are limited. If you give them away like they are endless, you will feel tired and, in the end, people will not value them. But if you protect your time, you will feel more in control, more energetic, and yes, people will respect you more. So, your action for this week is very simple. Start using these clear but polite phrases like, "I need to check my plan first. I cannot do more things right now. That time does not work for me." Notice what happens. People will start to make plans with you more carefully. They will confirm the time and really value the moments you share. Your yes will become meaningful again because it is not something they can always expect. Things that are rare are always respected more than things that are always available. When you are always there, you are common. When you are selectively available, you are valuable. Always remember this rule. People respect what is rare. People take for granted what is always there. Stop being the person who is always waiting. Start being the person who owns their time and their life. When you do that, you don't need to ask for respect. Respect will come to you naturally. Standard 3. You do not over-explain to be accepted. Think about the last time you said no to someone. Did you say no clearly? Or did you give a long list of reasons? "I can't because," and also, and one more thing. Many of us do this. We think that to be clear, we must explain a lot. But of course, you need to understand that explaining too much does not make you clear. It often makes you look weak. Giving a very long explanation for a simple decision, what are you really doing? You are not just giving information. You are actually asking for permission. Permission to exist. Permission to have boundaries. Permission to be respected. You are saying, "Please, let me have this boundary. Please accept my choice. Please respect me." But you do not need to ask for these things. They are already yours. When you over-explain, you put yourself in a lower position without knowing it. You act like your decision needs another person's approval. In that moment, it wasn't about the reason you gave. It was about the position of weakness you put yourself in. Think about someone in authority, a boss, a leader, a confident person. When they make a decision, do they over-explain? No. They state the decision clearly and move on. They do not give 10 reasons. They might provide context if asked. But they never sound like they are begging for you to agree with them. Now think about how a person with low confidence acts. They say no, but then they talk for 5 minutes. "I'm sorry, I can't, because, and maybe, and I hope you understand." This behavior communicates something. It says, "My decision is not final. You can change my mind." And people understand this signal very well. They start to question you. They ask why about everything. They try to change your decisions. Because you taught them with your long explanations that your choices are not firm. Even if you do not mean to send this signal, you send it anyway. Let's look at an example. A friend invites you to a party, but you are tired and don't want to go. Response 1. The over-explaining way. Oh, thank you for inviting me. I really want to come, but I'm so tired from work this week. I also have to wake up early tomorrow, and I think I'm getting a little sick. I'm so sorry. I hope you're not mad. Maybe next time. Response 2. The clear and simple way. Thank you for the invitation. I can't make it this time. I hope you have a great party. Which answer feels stronger? Which one makes it easier for the other person to just say, okay, and not ask more questions? The second one. It is simple. It does not apologize. It just states the fact in a calm and direct manner. With the first answer, you give the other person many reasons to argue with you. They can say, just come for 1 hour, or coffee will help you wake up. You give them targets for negotiation, but with the second answer, there is nothing to negotiate. Your decision is clear and final. Your reason is your own business. You are not being rude, you are being direct. This does not mean never explaining anything. Sometimes explanation is helpful and appropriate, but there is a big difference between a clear explanation and over-explaining. Clear explanation is like, I can't help with that project. My schedule is full. Simple, respectful, fact-based. And over-explaining sounds like, I can't help because I have 3 other projects. I am really stressed, and I do not think I can do a good job on this one, and I don't want to disappoint anyone, so maybe someone else would be better. This sounds like you are asking for their permission to say no. People with high standards do one thing very well. They do not justify their boundaries. They state them clearly, and they expect others to respect them. When you always give reasons, you tell people your boundaries are optional, not real. Take money as another example. If someone asks to borrow money from you, compare these responses. The old way, I'm so sorry, I can't right now. I'm saving for a trip, and my car just broke down, and things are really tight. I wish I could help. The new way, I don't lend money. I hope you find another way. The first response invites argument. But it is just a small amount. But I will pay you back quickly. But this is an emergency. Your reasons become problems for them to solve. The second response is final. It is about a personal rule. Rules are not for discussion. They are just the way things are. When you have a rule, people accept it more easily. Next time you need to set a boundary or make a decision, use short sentences. Instead of long explanations, try these phrases. This is my decision. I have thought about this. This does not work for me. You will see that you don't need to explain why. The decision itself is enough. Your boundary is enough. When you treat it as enough, others treat it as enough too. At first, this might feel uncomfortable. You might feel like you are being rude or unhelpful, but you are not. You are learning to respect your own choices. When you over-explain, you are not respecting yourself. You are asking others to validate your life. But when you speak clearly and simply, you show self-respect. You tell the world, my choices matter. My time is valuable. My no is a complete answer. Your decisions stand on their own. And when you respect yourself this way, others follow. They learn that your boundaries are firm. Your standards are high. They adjust their behavior accordingly. People with high standards do not need to explain their boundaries. They just have them. That is the third standard. Standard 4. You do not stay where you are not valued. There is a difficult truth we need to talk about. Many people think that loyalty means staying in one place, no matter what. But this is wrong. Loyalty is not the same as accepting bad treatment. Staying in a place where people do not value you does not make them respect you more. It often makes them respect you less. People judge you by your actions, not your words. So, when you stay in a job, a friendship, or any situation in which you are not treated well, they see your choice to stay, and they think, if this person stays, it must be okay for them. This is the level of treatment they accept. They don't think, What a loyal person. They assume this person must not have better options. They don't see your patience as a good thing. They see it as a sign that you don't value yourself very much. Now, I know it's not always that simple. You might stay out of loyalty, hope, or necessity. Your reasons are real and valid to you. But the hard truth is your reasons are invisible. The only fact visible to the other person is your decision to stay. From that decision alone, people draw a clear conclusion. This is still acceptable. This creates a bad cycle. When you stay somewhere that doesn't appreciate you, your standing in that place does not go up. In fact, it goes down over time. The bad treatment becomes normal. The low respect turns into the standard, and it gets very, very hard to change because everyone is used to the pattern. Imagine you work very hard, but your boss does not pay you well and gives you too much work. You stay because you are loyal and perhaps a little afraid. You hope things will get better. What does staying tell your boss? You can pay me a little, and I will stay. You can give me too much work, and I will accept it. I will not leave, even if you treat me poorly. This is not loyalty. Effectively, you are showing them that they do not need to treat you well to keep you. Compare this to someone who sets a clear standard. They say to their boss, "My work has value. I need fair pay. If that is not possible here, I will need to find another job." They are clear. They have a plan. What does this say? I know my value. I have standards. Treat me well, or I will go somewhere that does. This person gets respect. They often get better offers because they showed they have standards and will act on them. This same idea works in all relationships, with friends, with family, with a partner. If you stay in a relationship where someone is rude to you or ignores you, you are showing them that disrespecting you has no consequences. Your friend cancels plans repeatedly. You stay friends. They learn canceling is fine. Your partner speaks to you rudely. You stay. They learn rudeness is acceptable. Your family ignores your boundaries. You keep showing up. They learn your boundaries do not matter. So, what should you do? You slowly take back your energy. You do not need to explode or make dramatic exits. You just need to start doing less. Share less about your life with people who don't listen. Invest less of your emotions in people who don't care. Be less available for people who are only there when they need you. Start looking for other options. Make new friends. Look for a new job. Build a life outside of this situation. People will notice the change, and they have two options. They can change their behavior to keep you in their life, or they can do nothing and let you go. Both choices are good for you. Either you get the respect you want, or you free yourself from a situation that was hurting you. Let me give you a clear example. You have a friend who only calls when they need something, never asks how you are, never shows up for you, but expects you to drop everything for them. You keep being there for them because you are a loyal friend. In this case, your loyalty is being wasted. They are not a real friend, they are just using you. And by staying in this friendship, you are showing them that it's okay to use you. So, you start to change. You stop answering their calls right away. You start getting busy sometimes. You stop changing your plans for them. You mirror their energy level. You invest as much as they invest, no more. One of two things will happen. They will realize they might lose you and start being a better friend, or they will slowly disappear from your life. If they disappear, that is actually a good thing. It means they were never a true friend. You just saved your time and energy for people who truly care about you. You are not being cold or unkind. You are simply and clearly respecting yourself. You are refusing to stay where you are not valued because you understand a powerful idea. The place you choose to stay tells the world what your standards are. If you stay in a job that disrespects you, you are telling everyone and yourself that disrespect is okay for you. If you stay in a one-sided friendship, you are saying that a one-sided relationship is enough for you. If you stay anywhere you are undervalued, you are announcing that being undervalued is acceptable. But when you start to pull away, when you create some distance, when you build other paths for yourself, you announce something completely different. You announce, I have standards. I know my worth. I will not accept less than I deserve. You don't need to say this out loud. Your actions will say it for you. Your quiet withdrawal speaks more powerfully than any angry words. Your willingness to create a better option for yourself shows self-respect more than any argument ever could. Where you accept to stay is the standard you show to the world. If that place does not value you, you are showing that low value is your standard. To change how people treat you, you must change the place you are in or change what you accept while you are there. This is your fourth and perhaps most powerful standard. Standard 5. You respect yourself first. This is the most important standard. It is the foundation for all the others. How can you enforce boundaries with others if you don't even respect your own? Respect does not start with what you say to others. It starts with what you do for yourself. So, where do you think respect really comes from? It comes from how you use your time, keep your promises to yourself, and treat your own needs. People are always watching, even if they don't say it. They look at how you act when someone treats you badly. They see if you keep the promises you make to yourself. They notice if you protect your own energy or always give it away to others, and based on what they see, they make a decision. They decide how to treat you. The consequences are clear. Ignore your own needs and people will follow your lead. Speak badly about yourself and others will do the same. Fail to protect your value and no one else will step in. This is not because people are bad. This is because people follow your lead. You teach them how to treat you through how you treat yourself. You cannot demand respect from others while disrespecting yourself. It does not work that way. Consider this. I want you to think about your promises to yourself. Imagine you tell yourself, I will go to the gym 3 times this week. Monday comes, you skip. Tuesday, you forget. Wednesday comes, you skip. Friday comes, you skip. By Sunday, that goal means nothing. You broke your word to yourself. Now imagine you are in a meeting and you say, I will have this done by Friday. Based on how you treat your own commitments, why would anyone believe your promises to them? You have shown that your word can change. Next, listen to your words about yourself. You often say things like, I am so stupid. I always mess things up. I am terrible at this. You might think this is just a joke or being humble, but it is not. Each time you say something like this, you are giving others permission to put you down too. When you treat your own abilities as worthless, others will treat them as worthless. You are literally training people to disrespect you through your own self-disrespect. Finally, look at your own boundaries. You decide you will stop work at 6 p.m. to have dinner with your family. But at 6 p.m., you keep working. You tell yourself you will not work on weekends, and of course, on Saturday, you check your email all day. Whenever you cross your own boundaries, you teach others that your boundaries are not serious. They are suggestions, not rules. They are flexible, not firm. So when they cross your boundaries, they do not feel bad, because you cross them yourself all the time. If you don't respect your own time, people will waste your time. If you don't speak well of yourself, people will not speak well of you. If you do not protect your own value, no one else will do it for you. What should you do now? Well, every single day, ask yourself one question. Does this decision respect me? Before you agree to something, ask this. Before you break a commitment to yourself, ask this. Before you speak about yourself, ask this. If the answer is no, then don't do it. This simple filter will transform your life, because when you start respecting yourself consistently, others follow automatically. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. Someone asks you to work late again. Instead of saying yes immediately, you ask, "Does this decision respect me?" You realize you have worked late for 3 days already. You are exhausted. You have personal plans. The answer is no. This does not respect yourself. So you say, "I cannot work late tonight." Simple, clear, no long explanation. It is just a boundary based on self-respect. Or you catch yourself about to say, "I am so dumb." You stop for a moment. You ask yourself, "Does this respect me?" No, it does not. So say something different, or say nothing. That alone is enough to stop the pattern of self-disrespect. The moment you start asking yourself, "Does this respect me?" everything begins to change. You begin to keep your word to yourself more often. Your energy is no longer wasted, and the way you speak to yourself becomes kinder. And people will see this change. More importantly, they will feel it. They will start to treat you differently. Not because you fought with them, but because you showed them a new standard through your own actions. This is the final and most important standard. All the other standards depend on this one. You cannot have strong boundaries with others if you have weak boundaries with yourself. You cannot ask for respect from the world if you do not give it to yourself first. Respecting yourself is not selfish. It is necessary. It is the strong base you need to build a respected life. People only mirror back to you how you treat yourself. If you treat yourself well, they will too. If you treat yourself poorly, they will too. It is that simple and that powerful. We have come to the end of our talk today. Let's put all the pieces together. Respect is not a prize you beg for. It is not a deal you try to negotiate. It is not a reward for being nice. Respect is something you create. You create it through clear standards. You create it through strong boundaries that you keep every time. You create it through repeated actions. You need to stop allowing disrespect. You need to stop allowing what you don't want. People don't disrespect you because you are less than them. They disrespect you because, until now, your standards were too low. And the good news is you can raise your standards, starting today. To help you keep your standards high, here are 3 simple questions to ask yourself anytime. First, if I accept this, what will people learn? Second, does this match my values? Are you acting in a way that reflects who you want to be? Third, am I making myself smaller to keep peace? Are you accepting less than you deserve to avoid problems? These 3 questions will guide you. When the answer to any of them reveals that you are lowering your standards, you know what to do. Reset the boundary. Let's move from being a person who tries to be liked by everyone to being a person who holds the standard for how you should be treated. People might not always like or understand your boundaries, but in time, they will respect them. And respect lasts longer than just liking. Respect creates real relationships. Liking without respect creates shallow connections that eventually disappear when things get difficult. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it helps you understand why respect comes from standards, not from worth. If you found this valuable, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel for more content about personal development, respect, and building a life you are proud of while improving your English. Remember, you don't need to ask for respect. You teach it by what you allow.